Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and being a producer of Wrestle Massacre as well as Inside Movies Galore, I am David Strege, and welcome to Delusions of Grandeur. Enjoy the reviews. I certainly did.
Okay, Dave, that's it. Screw you and your college flunkies. I've had enough of this from you and from everyone else. I know what you guys are trying to do. Break me down, drive me out of the force. Well, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than a lame prank like this to get Curtis Mooney to throw in his badge, so fuck you. Over.
Did you miss me? I guess not.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another exciting episode of What's in My Room. I am floating above the earth, ready and waiting to show you exactly what I've picked up lately. And some I may have gone on about before, some I may not have. So let me get to it. So here I have a film that we evidently went on about. I was able to watch like part of it. It's an animated film. It's called The Sword of the Stranger. It was suggested to us by an amazing collections group on Facebook. And I plan on eventually diving into this down the road. So hopefully it's as good as the others had said it was. But I'm glad that I have it in my collection now. I was sent within the last couple of months, several films from producer Joe Williams, son, and he just so happens to back a film producer called Dark Infinity, or otherwise known as Dustin Ferguson. And the first film that he sent me was The Beast Beneath, which is a 2020 film. It's a 2,000-year-old beast awakened to kill. And I like that these DVDs come with these cool looking posters. That's kind of cool. And it reminds me a lot of the 1950s films. The other two films that he sent to me was Rattlers 2, which is a sequel to the 1976 film called Rattlers. Also directed by Dustin Ferguson. And he also sent me a documentary that I plan on getting into, but I asked him to see if he could get me a copy of direct-to-video so I could check out the production he did before that, so I can compare. But from what I've seen of this documentary, I mean, it's got John Rousseau, Mel Novak, Frank Farrell, Craig Muckler, Carl Crew, Brink Stevens, Carmela Carr, and Kevin Van Henton and Brink in here talking about some of the films. And I do kind of like how they kind of go through some of the trailers that some of these people are involved with, and it seems like there are some relatively decent interviews involved. I thought it was gonna be about like his films or whatnot, but it's definitely out there. So, oh, and top billed on Rattlers 2 is Mel Novak, Brink Stevens, and Mercedes Pearson, who plays a Dr. K within Rattlers 2. Next, this was a recent pickup along with I went to after getting my stimulus, I went to Walmart, and what do you know? They had a copy of the Scream Factory The Fly collection there. It was brand new. It's got The Fly, The Return of the Fly, The Curse of the Fly, and The Fly 2. Kind of loved the box art going on. It was about $40, and I'm so glad that I was able to pick that up. And then, of course, the Castle Freak remake, which is from the producers of Bone Tomahawk, and it was put out by RLJ Films and directed by Tate Steinsiek. But it's basically a film that is a remake of a Stuart Gordon Full Moon Productions film. So look towards a review out on that film eventually. I got to go back and rewatch the original Castle Freak so that I can see the comparisons of the two films. Next, I ended up picking up from a friend of mine a Blu-ray copy of Underworld, which is signed by Bill Nighy. Kind of cool. This is the extended version, the extended unrated version of the film, so kind of excited to rewatch that on Blu-ray. Next, same guy. Ended up getting a copy of The Visit. I hadn't gotten a copy of M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit yet. Glad I got to get that one. Next, I have Spell. This is directed by, looking at it, directed by Mark. Oh God, I gotta look this up. Spell. Hard to read on the back of these suckers. Spell is a 2020 film, and it is directed by Mark Tonderai. Apparently, a man crash lands in rural Appalachia and awakens in the attic of a traditional hoodoo practitioner. He desperately tries to break free from her dark magic and saves his family from a sinister ritual before the rise of the blood moon. So, that definitely sounds interesting. Kind of a zombie-ish kind of a thing. The next thing I wanted to show you is this is actually out of print. I have the One Missed Call double feature. I also have the One Missed Call Japanese copy of One Missed Call. It's like a 2-disc thing that I have somewhere. But I knew that this was like out of print as hell. So I ended up getting this particular film or trilogy from my fellow reviewer friend. Sometimes it gives me some of the stuff he just wants to get rid of, and sometimes he has some pretty good stuff. So I'm kind of glad that I have that one now. I also have Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. This is directed by Sam Peckinpah. Definitely going to be checking that out eventually. Glad I picked up this one, His Girl Friday, from Dude. Next I have that His Girl Friday. That's got Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell, and the director is Howard Hawks. So, gonna check that out eventually. Next, I have Darkside Releasing's Motorcycle Maniacs, otherwise known as at least I think it's otherwise known as Sex Terrorist on Wheels. It's directed by Stefan Ruff. When a biker gang terrorizes Esperanza County, it's up to a Texas Ranger undercover as a badass outlaw biker, Babe, and old Ezra, the blind sniper hermit, with his seeing eye coyote Max, to defend the civilians. Forming an unlikely duo, they battle the reign of bloody terror that's come to their town in this socially satirical throwback to the exploitation action cinema of the 70s. Starring action and stunt icon Gary Kent from Danger God and Virgin Cheerleaders in Chains. So, eventually, I think I'm going to check out Virgin Cheerleaders in Chains. But I also ended up, Walmart ended up having these. Walmart ended up having these, and one of them I ended up getting the second season on Amazon of one of them. First one is 11/22/23 or 11/22/63, and that's a complete series of this combo between Stephen King and J.J. Abrams, which apparently that was the one that they did before this. And I've got the first two seasons of Castle Rock. The first one, the first season was a trip. The second season I'm actually watching at this moment in time. And this one is also Stephen King related. This one's called The Outsider. And it's based on the best-selling novel by Stephen King. I haven't even opened it yet, so I'm gonna check those out eventually. Let's see where can I put these. Oh. That's another F, and that's a P. Let's put that in the P's. Where are the P's? Where are the P's, please? Where are the P's? But anyways, see if I can find the P. I'll figure that shit out. Next, I have the sequel to a film that apparently I have out there. I think I have The Legend of Halloween Jack. This is The Curse of Halloween Jack. This is apparently the sequel to that film, and it's directed by Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones often works under the production companies of Independent Moving Pictures and The Ideas Factory. But his production company is North Bank Entertainment Production. And I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to be checking that out eventually. I guess Train to Busan, which I haven't even picked up yet. presents this movie. It's a Yan Sang-ho film called Peninsula. Gonna check that out eventually. That's a Blu-ray DVD combo of fun and raucous ride through a minefield of mayhem. Next, I have a Shudder original called The Beach House. Gonna be checking that out eventually. Next, I have the Tax Collector steelbook. Going to be checking that out eventually. From the creator of Training Day and End of Watch. Training Day. Haven't checked that out. Next, I have Scare Package. That's also a Shudder original. Going to be checking that out eventually too. If you don't know the rules, you'll never make it out alive, including the last drive-in with the Bob Briggs Scare Package episode. I guess. Next, I have Babydoll, which Tennessee Williams' boldest story. It's directed by Elia Kazan, and it stars Carl Malden, Carol Baker, and Eli Wallach. And it's based on a story by Tennessee Williams. Next, I have Alibaba, which is directed by Kanito Shindo. It's the Criterion collection of this film, and it is from 1964. And this is what it's about. Deep within the windswept marshes of war-torn medieval Japan, an impoverished mother and her daughter-in-law eke out a lonely, desperate existence, forced to murder lost samurai and sell their belongings for grain. They dump the corpses down a deep, dark hole and live off of the meager spoils. When a bedraggled neighbor returns from the skirmishes, lust, jealousy, and rage threaten to destroy the trio's tenuous existence, and an ominous, ill-gotten demon mask seals their horrifying fate. Driven by primal emotions, dark eroticism, a frenzied score by Hikaru Hayashi, and stunning images, both lyrical and macabre, Kanito Shindo's chilling folktale, Onibaba, is a singular classic experience. Next, I have a film from Anhedemia Films Unlimited, which is, I guess, its 21st anniversary edition, being that it is Shusterman Levine, a boxing fable. Absolutely hysterical, poignant. Steve Farhood from Showtime Championship Boxing. In the world of Shusterman Levine, life is devoid of purpose until he decides to become an amateur boxer and compete in the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, Georgia. Training himself, Shusterman attracts the attention of Susan King, who, seeing something special in Shusterman, decides to help him on his quest. He rounds out Team Levine with Armor Swift and Tony. They set out to take on the boxing world, losing his first bout because his beard is too long. Things continue downhill from there. Shusterman gets knocked out when an opponent gets his guard up, complains that another one used anti-Semitic remarks to beat him. and seems to only win fights when his opponents don't show up. Originally released in 1999, Schusterman Levine, A Boxing Fable, takes its 21st anniversary into the 21st century. Special features, Making the Fable of Schusterman Levine. Definitely going to be rewatching that eventually. And the last little thing that I'm gonna be talking about on this video is the complete 12th season of South Park. I haven't checked it out, but definitely going to be interesting since I have seasons 1 through 5 of the show anyways, and maybe I can collect the ones in between that, and just only get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 down the road. So hopefully you've enjoyed my my showings of what I have so far, and but I think I need to go back to Earth now. So let me know down in the comments what you might have in your collection, and I'll show you more of what I have in mind in the next episode. So come back and tune with me on the next episode of What's in My Room, episode number 65.
You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?